Okay, so here's two questions dealing with the third hand rule and how to apply it. I think this would be helpful for this week's assignment. I did have some questions about how to use hand rules to explain kind of how you determine the direction of the magnetic force. So I'll do these two questions, just kind of show how that hand rule works. So here we have current passed through the metal filament. Electrons are ejected. These electrons accelerate towards the positively charged plate. So we have a positively and a negatively charged plate. So there's electrons coming off of here, and those electrons are moving in that direction. So when we talk about our hand rules, right, our left hand is for negative stuff, right hand for positive stuff. This is an electron, so that'll be my left hand. The electrons are moving that way, so that's my thumb. Now my fingers are the direction of the external magnetic field, and there's a magnet here, right? The magnetic field's going to be out from north and towards south. So at this point where these electrons are, my fingers, I'm going to turn it this way, are going to be pointing that way towards the south pole of that magnet. Now the force is my palm. So my thumb is up, my fingers are pointing towards south. That means that these electrons, the force on these electrons is going to move them into the page. So this will be into the page for that one. In this bottom one now, we're talking about ions, which is similar to this week's assignment. So this is an artificial heart and a blood vessel. So we have two plates here. So we have positive ions. So like maybe something like a potassium ion, I think that's something that's in our blood, is drawn towards the negative plate. So the potassium ion is going that way. Because it's a positive charge now, I'm going to be using my right hand. Okay, so my thumb is going up, and I want the blood to flow out of the page. So here's my blood vessel. I want the flow to be coming towards me, which means the force needs to be coming towards me. So I want my palm to be facing out of the page. That's the direction of the magnetic force. So potassium ions are going up. I want the force acting on the ions to be this way, so they come out of the page, which means the external magnetic field needs to be in this direction. In order for it to be in this direction, this needs to be the north end, and this needs to be the south end, because the magnetic field's out from north towards south. So that's how we use our third hand rule. Again, thumb, direction the particle or charge is moving, fingers, direction of the external magnetic field, and our palm then is a force that's pushing whichever direction my palm ends up facing.